Welcome back, and thanks so much for watching. So, in the last video, I drew you kind of a table that showed you what all of the rests look like for our quarter note, half note, and whole note. And those rests are all called. I hope I went over this, but those rests are all just equivalently called the quarter rest, the half rest, and the whole rest. So there's no fancy, I guess, other naming technique. They don't really have any other names other than quarter rest, half rest, and whole rest. And now I think it would be a good idea to start working through some examples that had some of those rests in them. So let's start out doing that. So our first example is going to be in, why isn't this, there it goes, 4/4 time. So we're going to make this in 4/4 time. And I'm going to try to start getting in the habit of writing these examples. I'm kind of making these videos a little bit out of order, so I might not always do this, but I'm going to try to get into the habit of making these rhythmic examples with a one-line staff, which is how you would read it this way if you were in band class or orchestra class and you were playing a percussion line. So if you were playing a cymbal, or you wouldn't read it this way if you were playing timpani or xylophone, but if you were playing a cymbal or a cowbell or something, or bass drum, something that didn't necessarily have a pitch associated with it, that didn't have, a set, ABCD pitch associated with it, you would be reading that on a one-line staff. So I'm going to try to get into the habit of writing stuff that way. So anyway, let's start out. So let's say our first rhythm, this will be a good rhythm actually. We'll make it quarter note, then our quarter rest, like that. So quarter note, quarter rest, and then the same thing. We'll make it quarter note, quarter rest, like that. Okay, and then we've taken up 4 beats, so that's our bar line. Okay? Then in the next measure, let's write half note. Say we've got a half note and a half rest. So half note, half rest. And then finally, for the last measure, let's say we've got the inverse of this measure. So we're going to say we've got quarter rest, quarter note, then quarter rest, quarter note. Great. So that's that. Now let's draw in kind of the normal analysis that we always put with these. And there we go, the pen freaks out. So okay, so there we go. So now let's draw in our beat analysis. And I'm going to kind of break this up into colors. For every time we're playing on the beat, I'm going to use red like we've been doing. And for when we're not playing, I'm going to use blue. That's when we've got a beat that we're resting on. So let's get started. So on beat 1, we've got a quarter note, and we're playing on beat 1. So write that in. We're playing on beat 1, just like we've seen, red number. And then what happens on beat 2? Well, we're resting on beat 2. So put in the rest, 2 right there. Then on beat 3, we're playing again. We're playing again on beat 3. We've got our quarter note. And on beat 2, we've got, or on beat 4 rather, we've got another quarter rest. So this is the beat analysis for that first measure. Play on beat 1, rest beat 2, play beat 3, rest beat 4. Okay? So now, moving on, what we have in the next measure. Well, we play for 2 beats, don't we, with this half note. So, start out by playing on beat 1. There we go. Play on beat 1. Then 2 is in no man's land, because we're holding. And then we've got a half rest. So we're not playing. So we rest beats 3, and beat 4 goes in no man's land because we're resting on beat 4. So this is the beat analysis for the second measure. And now moving on to the third and final measure. So we start this measure out with a quarter rest. So that takes up beat 1. We're resting. Then we move on and we play on beat 2. So beat 2, right there, 2, oh, pen freaked out again, there we go, 2. And then on beat 3, we've got another quarter rest. So on beat 3, come on, there we go. Beat 3, quarter rest. And then finally on beat 4, we play. So play on, there we go, play on beat 4. Okay, so there is our beat analysis. And now we're going to put in our green downbeats and holds again. So play downbeat on beat 1. Come on. Come on. There we go. Play downbeat on beat 1. Next, beat 3. Downbeat on beat 3. And we're not going to put in any arrows for the rest because we're not articulating, we're not holding, we're just resting. So anyway, downbeat beat 1, downbeat beat 3, rest on 2 and 4. Okay? So there we go. That's the first measure. Second measure, we've got our downbeat on 1, we hold through 2. And then we rest 3 and 4, so we don't have to put in any downbeat or hold stuff. Okay? Now the final measure. So we're resting on beat 1, so we don't put anything in. And on beat 2, we've got our downbeat, but with no hold, we've just got a quarter note. Beat 3, we're resting again, so we don't put anything in. And then beat 4, we've got our downbeat. Okay, so that is our complete beat analysis. And let's say we're going to play this at quarter note is equal to 70. Great. So I'll go and grab our metronome again, and I'll have to shrink down this window a little. There. So I think you'll be able to see that. There. Okay. And my phone's ringing, but ignore it for right now because this is more important. And just set this to 70 beats per minute. And here we go with our example. There we go. We've got our metronome going. 1, 2, ready, go. Ba, 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 ba. Okay? Let me do that one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Ba, 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 ba. Okay? One of the other techniques you can do is you can actually say rest. And I'm going to do this one more time with the numbers. And I'm going to say rest when we're resting. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, rest. 3, rest. 1, rest, rest. 1, sorry, I messed that up. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, rest. 3, rest. 1, rest, rest, rest. 2, rest, 4. Okay? I'll do that on Bob with saying rest. Here we go. 2, ready, go. Ba, rest. Ba, rest. Ba, rest, rest, rest. Ba, rest, ba. Okay? So anyway, hopefully you found this helpful. We'll do a bunch more examples of using these rests, and just keep working through it, and hopefully this will begin to make a bit more sense. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.